She's on fire, 1,000 degrees. She's on fire. I'm feeling the heat like, oh, somebody better put her out like, oh, the place down. She's on fire. She make me sweat, make me sweat. She make me sweat, make me sweat. She make me sweat, make me sweat. She make me sweat, make me sweat.
Welcome to Sunfire TV. I am the mixtress maven Sophia of Sophie Soaps and Such, Sunfire Teas, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I can't even remember all of what I do. Anyway, today I wanted to do this quick video because I had someone to ask me how did I set up my Ancestor altar. So that's what this video will be about, how to set up an Ancestor altar. I have an assistant. My daughter is helping me with this video. Hey, everybody. Now, what we're going to do, simply, if you come a little closer, camera person, and so you can see, I don't know if you can see everything, but get a little look. Try not to show any of the other stuff, but get a little look around the altar here. You'll see my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-aunt, and folks and people all around here. My mom and uncles, mommy, blah, 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 blah. All right, so one of the key things to have on your altar is to have the elements represented. Fire element to be represented. You want the water element to be represented. You also want the air element in the incense. When you burn incense, that is considered the air. And you also want the earth element. And in the earth element that you will have like plants, natural green plants, rocks. I have crystals here. I also have crystals here, geodes. Here is a natural, this is actually a coconut. And I put prayers, petitions, or concerns in this coconut. So you, like I said before, you want at least 4 elements to be on your altar. Also, you want to have pictures of your benevolent ancestors on your altar. All of your ancestors that are in blood lineage of you, you want that to be on your altar. If you do not have pictures of your ancestors, then you can write down on a piece of paper your ancestors' names, and you can mount them. You can just place them on your altar. Also, you want to have things that remind you of your ancestors. See, here I have measuring spoons, and I have actually a picture of a turkey, and that's because my ancestor, I don't have a picture of her, but we always went to her home for Thanksgiving dinner. And she was an excellent cook, so I put that there until I got a picture of her. You want things to remind you of your ancestor. For me, I have dirt, graveyard dirt. You can use tobacco. I don't have any tobacco right now. I'm going to get some from my uncle, and a pipe. Also, you like to have my mother's favorite color is yellow, so this is representative of my mother. So things that she liked will be here. There's an angel. She had one in her home. And this candle here is a vanilla candle, and her favorite fragrance was vanilla and things of that nature. This is her urn. So you want to have various elements. You want on your altar, you want to have things that pertains to the ancestors that you want to venerate. Also, I do have a Bible. There's some controversy about whether you should have a Bible on your ancestor altar, but I do because it represents my relative who was very, very spiritual, and she was a Christian, and so that is my family lineage preference. And so while I don't subscribe fully to that belief system, I did incorporate the Bible here because it belonged, this Bible did not belong to her, but it was what she ascribed to. So I have that here. Then also you want to have some sort of I can't get the words, a bell or some sort of sound, so that you will call on your ancestors whenever you need your ancestors as part of your veneration and worship. There are some controversies over whether you should have the tablecloth in white or whether you can have any other color on there. I say if it is your altar, you do it the way you want to. There are white candles, and then there are pink candles. The pink candle is here because for me, pink symbolizes love. I love my mother. I love my ancestors. And so that is why I have that pink candle here. And there's elements of pink here as well. So essentially, your altar can be as personal as you want it. Make sure that you leave a space in order to quote unquote feed your ancestors. And this is what you do. You give them whatever you're eating at the time that you would like to share, or be able to place something special there on your ancestor altar for them. Of course, we know that our ancestors are not actually eating the food and they're not actually drinking the water, it's evaporating. This is symbolic of fellowship and communion. Okay, so it is important to commune with your ancestors without, that's on the outside, doing something tangible as a result of an inward, well, I'll say it's it's an outward expression of an inward communion that you're doing with your ancestors. We know that we are our ancestors and that the DNA, the blood runs within us. I am my grandmother projected 2 generations into the future, and my grandchildren are me projected 2 generations into the future. So my grandchildren are actually my grandmother, and so on and so forth. And so what is important to do is to take time, such as you will, for whatever time that you need or whatever time you have within your busy schedule, whether it's daily, whether it's weekly or whatever, but you take time to commune and to venerate your ancestors. It is very important to be able to connect to who you are. And I sincerely believe that our ancestors guide us during our life, and gives us they give us clues, help us with situations and clues in our lives to help us make right decisions and things of that nature. I always go to my mother when I have questions, when I need advice. So just because she is not here within the realm that I am accustomed to her being here, does not mean that I cannot commune with her and that I cannot ask her questions. And also, some of your gifting comes from your ancestors. Much of what you do and who you are is inherited. It comes from your spiritual gifts, come through your bloodline. And so when there are things that I need to manifest, or when I need help on doing some sort of work, I employ the assistance of my ancestors. When I am cooking, when I'm cooking for my family, when I am making something, I connect to my ancestor. That is the cook, my Aunt Harriet and my Aunt Esther. They are the cooks, were the cooks in the family that I was very, very close to, that I knew. And so when I do that, I am functioning in the capacity, the same capacity as my ancestors did. And so in that way, I connect. I even wear a robe, not a robe, apron, because I really put myself into that place. I am actually a great cook, even though I'm a vegan, raw vegetarian, whichever. Anyway, so it is very, very important that you do spend time with your ancestor. Now, on the construction of this altar, tried to put my altar on a natural piece of wood, and so this table, this bamboo chest, Bombay chest, excuse me, is actually made 100% out of wood. So I try to use natural elements to set up my altar. If you don't have that, then that's fine. You use what you have. My particular altar is two-story. So this is the first level here, as you can see, and then this actually is another level here. This is sitting on, let's see if you can see it. I also have mine have lights in it too, so I don't know if you can see, but it's actually sitting up on a shelf there. So, and then there are jars that had candles in it that the shelf is resting on. And so I chose to do this because I wanted to elevate my altar so that it would be bigger. And of course, this is just my personality because I do things in grand scale, and I like to decorate, and I like to do all kinds of stuff. So on my altar, I have it 2 levels. So again, not to repeat myself, but you just want to make sure that you have on your altar something that you, some sort of sound therapy, something that you can ring or shake when you are communing and connecting. And in a nutshell, an altar does not have to be as big or elaborate as this, or I would just say an ancestor shrine, because I don't do any particular work on this altar. It is just for the veneration of my ancestor work and things of that nature done on other altars elsewhere in my home. But that's it in a nutshell. If you want an ancestor shrine, is very, very simple. You just include elements of your elements of nature, and then you include pictures and or written descriptions or the names of your ancestor and candles, all those kinds of things. But it's very, very simple. You only need a few things to have an ancestor altar. It can be as small, again, or as big as you want it to be. So that's it. I think I'm done. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to get in contact with me. You know where to find me, and that is on Facebook at Mama Sunfire on Facebook. I'm also Sophie's Soaps and Such on Facebook. I will leave all of my information in the description box below, and be sure to see me or meet me or come visit my website at mamasunfire.com. And you guys be blessed. Smooches. Bye-bye.